Hey everyone, how's it going? We're live here for the channel's very first live stream. This new project is going to bring a new approach, right? You're used to my channel. I'm the owner, the creator here at AI Cinema, which is already reaching 30,000 subscribers, and that's all thanks to you. I really appreciate it. I don't usually show up on my channels on the other channels I appear more often. I already have an engaged community. I have 12 channels now. I used to have 10. Now I have 12 channels in Brazilian Portuguese, channels in Spanish, German, and English. And now, why did I decide to show up here? I want to show you the videos I'm planning to produce. I want your opinion. I want you to be more involved in my creative process after all. I make these videos for you, and today my only contact is through the view counts. I read your comments and try to reply as much as I can, but from now on, I really want your feedback. I want to know which videos you want me to make, and I'll show you here how I do my research. And as I show you what I'm thinking for the next videos, I want you to share your opinions, okay? Leave a comment below. Come on in, feel free to introduce yourself, say your name and your country, all right? Of course, this live is in English, and I usually don't specify a language in my videos because they're watched in more than 30 countries, okay? But I had to choose a language to present here. So I chose English, since that's the language spoken in the most countries that watch videos on this channel, all right? Basically, here's the deal, folks. One of the videos on the channel will follow the style I've been doing so far, which are the realistic ones videos I suggest based on research, where I obviously put together a cast, right? I put in, for example, an actor I find interesting for the role, someone I see on fan lists and so on, but who has never actually played the part like Jack Nicholson, for instance. Jack Nicholson as the Joker, right? If you search here on Google, for example, you'll see actually Jack Nicholson as the Joker has already happened, right? Actually, the Green Goblin, what's his name again? The Goblin Man, the Green Goblin actor, right? Here, Willem Dafoe, right? So you take Willem Dafoe as the Joker, right? And then you put it here and you see him here, right? Look at that. So what do? I make a trailer where Willem Dafoe is the Joker, right? So basically, that's it, right? So, for example, we're going to watch some videos that I'm thinking about, and I want your comments below. But the first style I think of is doing what I've always been doing, and that's what makes a channel successful. So, for example, here we have this Popeye video. Look how interesting. Let's see the cast that the person chose here. Let's go. Let's watch it here. Let's go.
This is Popeye, a sailor who doesn't take his pipe out of his mouth, not even to take a bath. Brutus, a very big man, is always hitting on Olive, but if it depends on her, he'll die a virgin. This is Olive, Popeye's girlfriend, who looks more like a stick because she's so skinny. Oh, and this is Wimpy, Popeye's friend. He likes hamburgers more than his own mother. In a world where courage faces brutality, the fate of many lies in the hands of an unlikely hero.
So, guys, what did you think? I'm going to let it play here, but I'll be commenting. So, we have Popeye, who's a classic. I'm about to turn 41, so I watched Popeye, even though Popeye is from before my time. In fact, there was a Popeye movie, right? A lot of people don't know, but if we look it up here, Popeye movie, there was a classic Popeye movie where Popeye was played by Robin Williams. Check this out. Did you know this existed? Leave a comment below. But a Popeye movie, how interesting is that, right? So this first video, this first style of putting real actors in roles they never played, I'd really like to hear your thoughts. I think it's interesting after all. It was these videos that brought success to the channel, right? If you look here, there are videos with, look, 2.7 million, 1.3 million, 1,481,000 views. And look, He-Man, Thundercats, The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, Star Trek, Mortal Kombat, and so on, right? So anyway, later I'll get to the style of this other channel of mine. Look, you can see it's me here, right? And all that. Look, I'm here as well, right? On Nerd Insider, where I have these characters deliver the news. Later, if you want, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Out of the 12 channels I have, 9 are monetized, and this one is going to be the 10th. Look, I've already reached the 4,000 hours. Look, I just need 60 more subscribers. So give it some support over there. Wonderful. But let's get back here. So what do you all think of this Popeye style here? Let's watch a little more here, because we still have a lot to watch. Lots of videos with different styles, and I want your opinion. First, do you like these styles? And from this style, which 2 movies would you like me to do here? For example, Popeye and Men in Black, or Popeye and Silverhawks, Captain Planet, for instance. Anyway, which ones would you like to see?
He doesn't seek glory, but when duty calls, his strength knows no limits. Amidst the raging tides and immense challenges, a fearless sailor emerges, ready to fight.
Wow, him eating spinach is just incredible, guys. By the way, look, the sponsors of this video, right, HEYGEN and ELEVENLABS, are 2 programs, 2 artificial intelligences that I use the most across my 12 channels, okay? Because I can speak English, Spanish, German, and Portuguese with complete fluency, okay, guys? So I highly recommend them. I'll leave the link in the video description and pinned in the first comment. If you want to know how I do it, how I monetize as well, just leave a comment below and I'll even recommend some tools, all right? Great. Now let's move on to the second video I've picked out, which is also in the same style of real actors playing roles they never actually played. If you look here, we've got all of this ahead of use different styles that I'm thinking about doing on the channel, okay? So there are styles I haven't even tried yet, and I want your opinion on them. If you like them, then I'll make them. From now on, you all are the ones who will call the shots on this channel, all right? So, Shrek, let's go.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess who had fallen under a powerful curse. This curse could only be broken by a single act, true love's first kiss. She was hidden away in a distant tower, high atop a mountain, protected by a fierce and terrifying dragon. Countless brave warriors had tried to rescue her, but each one met their fate before even reaching the castle gates. She remained.
First, I wanted to ask, did you guys watch the trailer for the new Shrek? Shrek, if I'm not mistaken, 5. I think it's the 5th one, right? People said that Shrek looks really bad in the animation. It's kind of woke. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Would you guys like that? Do you think Shrek should have a new animation? Anyway, I like Shrek. I think it's cool. And I just hope they make the same kind of jokes as before. You know, because I watched Shrek in the theater and the humor was that sharp, edgy humor, right? But nowadays, anything you say, you get sued. So it gets kind of complicated, doesn't it? Talking about the video here, I thought it was really well made. And then there's this channel here, so subscribe there too and all that. Do you guys think I should make a Shrek trailer or video? Do you think that's interesting? Of course, with different actors, right? I'm not gonna copy it here, but what do you think? Let's watch a little more now.
In her lofty prison, waiting for the day when her one true love would appear. But that day seemed as far off as the stars themselves.
Ah, David Harbour is amazing as Shrek, isn't he? By the way, there was that Thunderbolts movie, right? And then he played, right? The Red Guardian, right?
This is Shrek, an ogre with a heart as big as his appetite. But don't let his looks fool you. He's no ordinary hero.
I found it really interesting. I think it's really cool. I like the franchise. I'd like to know from you all, what do you think? I think it's interesting. First of all, this style, right? Which made the channel famous, right? So I like the realistic style with actors who haven't played these roles. That's the first question. Within this category, which movies would you like to see? Name at least 2. I'd like Men in Black and Popeye, Captain Planet. And what other cool franchises there? American Pie, right? The new American Pie, for example. Anyway, leave your comments below. I'm going to wrap this up here so I don't go crazy. The next category, folks, remember, you can send super chats. Okay? I'll be really happy if you contribute to help this channel grow. This channel here, then I'll just keep making videos here for you all. But for that to happen, the channel needs to grow. So if you can hit that super chat button, I'll be really happy. Any olive there is fine. All right? Great. Let's keep it going. I've never done this style on the channel before. It's a musical style. So I've separated three here, right? The musical with realistic people and the musical with characters. Now I want to hear from you. Let's play a little bit here. Let's go. Well, you can see it's definitely rock and roll. Not that it has to be exactly rock and roll, but it's a rock and roll with extremely realistic women, right? And sexy, right? And all that. I don't even know if YouTube is going to demonetize me for this. I'll even change it up here and everything. So realistic people, rock and roll. So music with realistic people. Actually, I even did some tests here. I'm going to open it up right here on my computer. I'll open it up for you guys. But basically, I even did some tests. Look, if you look at my computer here, check it out. I die. Where are the videos here? Look, I did it. See? Because, guys, each video uses a different method with different AIs, okay? So I recommend ELEVENLABS and HEYGEN as a starting point. Marvel, you need it, you really do. But for example, there are videos I make with Sora from OpenAI, and there are videos I make with Halo Minimax, for instance. So I use ELEVENLABS and HEYGEN for everything, for all of them. Now, I use them from time to time, right? Sora and Halo Minimax. I've also used Runaway, but check out how cool this style is here. So I'm already on the path, already studying. Look, I'm going to pick another scene here. Leave a comment below telling me what you think. Am I on the right track? Of course, what's really cool is adding music, right? But here I was already, you know, I'm already testing things out. Look, you can see that this one was done with Halo Minimax. See, I had done that one in Sora as well. I think this one is from Sora, maybe? Yeah, this one is from Sora. Look how interesting. I'm already making it happen. Comment below if you think I'm on the right track. Okay? Here it's already musical with the character, so let's check it out. It's He-Man. Oh, He-Man! Damn, even Orko is there, man. It's really good. It's really good because it puts characters in totally different contexts, you know, because there was never an episode of them playing rock. The characterization is amazing, and the music was probably made in Suno or Udio, which are the two main ones. You see that I give recommendations. If you want to learn, I have tutorial channels. Okay? You can check out, for example, my channel, Daily Artificial Intelligence. All right? So if you look here, my channel, Daily Artificial Intelligence, just look up Daily Artificial Intelligence. That's my channel in English, okay? Now I also have a channel in German and also in Spanish, all right? So I can recommend the Spanish one is called Inteligencia Artificial Diaria. And the German one, I don't even dare to say the name here. I'll leave the link in the description. You can learn in Portuguese, okay? In Portuguese, I know in Portuguese, we actually have what is called Maker Academy, which, as you can see, is this one right here. Maker Academy, as shown here. And we also have Mestre da IA Tutorial. Look, Mestre da IA Tutorials. It's actually growing a lot. Mestre da IA Tutorials really growing there. So there are options in every language if you want to learn. Getting back to He-Man here, let's play a little more. People tend to pick a lot of rock, right? But why couldn't it be, say, a country song, for example? A samba from Brazil, for example? A tango? Or how about an opera?
Destruction will never succeed at all. Our castle, a temple of thunder. Its walls will endure the fight. Together we roar. The fury.
Is it Man-at-Arms or King Rander who's singing? I think it's the Mentor, right?
The mental skeleton will face our might.
Oh, Homem-Fera? No. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. The guy from this channel here, Metalverse, go subscribe. It's amazing. Leave a comment below. Then leave a comment below. I'm going to play one more here. But do you prefer the musical style with realistic people or with characters? And which video would you like in the He-Man setting, in the Mortal Kombat setting, in the Street Fighter setting? Comment below which style, right? If you like this category and two universes, right? Two franchises you'd like. Okay, wonderful. Let's go. I picked the third one here from the Avengers. And this one's different, right? Here, it's already another music style. Let's see here. Look, now it's Hulk. Everyone's Rastafarian. Everyone's Bob Marley.
Yo, Bomba Clap, brethren, listen up. This a story about the brothers of Avenger. Me name was Stevie Zion, now me Captain Rasta. Before me war, me chant fi Shasta, now me grow tall. With ganja creed, Babylon test, but me nah breed greed. Then out a smoke come red machine, I run man blaze.
It's amazing. Oh my God. Nossa, tá incrível. Meu Deus do céu.
Still holy, brothers of Avenger, we shine your light. Brothers of Avenger, we chant tonight. Brothers of Avenger, we burn it right.
I don't know if this is going to get a copyright strike. Otherwise, I'll have to cut it later. Anyway, guys, I'm taking a risk here. So go ahead and send your super chat. It can be $1, $3, whatever you want to help support the channel. Okay? And if this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe, all right? Go ahead and subscribe and hit the like button too. I'll show you Nerd Insider here in a bit. Look, 60 subscribers to get monetized, but if you can, please subscribe. There, Armin, look at how many cool videos there are here. Look, Skeletor, Superman, Avengers. Each one has a different character, all right? Yuka, that's me, right? That's me. You can see here, look, that's me. Look, this one here is me and all that. Anyway, look, I can me as the host. When it's a movie review, I'm the host. But when it's a news type video, like He-Man news, it's Skeletor who delivers it. Superman news, look, it's Skeletor here. And for Superman news, it's Superman himself who gives the news. Check this out. Want to see? Look. It's Superman himself who delivers the news. So this channel is really cool. Go subscribe there later, all right? Let's keep going here. So this Avengers one, I'm a bit worried about copyright, you know, because of the music and all. But it's amazing. Here, this cell is hurting. This cell that Producer Cellular brought me. And he took it in a mix of what I do, right? Because I make realistic actors, right? So he made it realistic too, but in a different context, you know? Like smoking some stuff there and the music. And the music is something I haven't done here on the channel yet, right? For background music, I use Suno, right? I use background music, right? So if you check out my videos here, right? Let's take, for example, let's take one of the latest ones here. Let's pick Castlevania, for instance. That was a song I made myself. Look, Geek Studios. So you saw the realism. As far as I know, there hasn't been a Castlevania movie, right? And you can see here that it's really well done. I use HEYGEN, I use ELEVENLABS, and I also use Sora. Oh, Henry Cavill. Idris Elba, the actor. By the way, folks, another thing I'm going to do here on the live is show the latest videos, right? So look, everyone, here are the latest videos. The Jacksons, really cool here. Castlevania, I did it here in the style of The Simpsons mixed with GTA, X-Men. And here I did those transformations, right? People were really asking for it, right? These kinds of transformations like this. Let me show you exactly what I mean so you can really see it for yourself. Watch closely now. Right here you can observe the transformation happening in real time. Look carefully, there it is. The change is starting to appear and you can see it coming up right before your eyes. There it is. So pretty cool, right guys? I'll show you one more here. Look, I'm going to show you another one here. Check out how cool this is. Sean Penn is going to transform into Madonna, huh? So people really ask for this a lot, okay? Watch these videos later. They take a ton of work to make. Look, the She-Ra one here too got 36,000 views, which is the other Castlevania, but this one's older. Look, 52,000 views. But anyway, watch these latest videos here, okay? The latest videos of the week, all right? They take a lot of work and it really helps out. And of course, you're gonna like them, right? You're gonna like them, right? So go check them out. Awesome. Now let's move on to the next category. Remember, you have to talk here, look, about the music category. Do you prefer realistic with real people here, or do you prefer realistic but with characters? Musical. I'm gonna close out this category now. All right? Awesome. Let's move on to the next one. This one is about having humor, about being funny, okay? I picked two videos that are funny. Let's take a look here. This one, I'm gonna put a subtitle here. I don't know if it has subtitles, but basically, here's the thing, right? I'll explain it better, no need for subtitles. This was when Donald Trump, the president of the United States, wanted to tax all countries. This is still going on, right? All the countries in the world, right? So what happened? They even taxed that place in Alaska that nobody knows exists. And then he taxed the penguins, right? That was the joke, right? And this video turned out really cool. Look, the music is great, the rhythm is great, the animation is great. Just look at it. So it's a video with music and humor, but it's a kind of humor that has to be related to a real life news story, right? So let's go.
Where frost bites deep and men can't be, our empire stands beside the endless sea, in storm and silence, cold and pure.
Here is the land of the penguins. They were just chilling there, fishing, eating their fish. Not even sure if penguins eat fish. And then they got taxed by Trump. So what are they doing now? They're starting a revolution.
We do not freeze, we just endure. But an orange hand reached out in shame.
Look, this is Donald Trump's orange hand because he's known as Big Orange, right?
And now the world shall learn our name. The silence breaks, no more delay.
So what did you guys think? Do you think it would be cool to have some news from around the world here on the channel, and then I make a video that's like a satire? It's key, it's the news, but kind of Not that I'm going to report the news, but I take a situation, a serious, real situation, and add humor to it. Let's take another example here, which was when the Pope was appointed, and then Donald Trump called him. Let's see you.
Hello? Hello, Mr. Pope. Amazing Pope. Very good Pope. Make the church great again. President Trump? Oh, besides the Pope, of course I knew it. American popes are the best. What do you want, Mr. President? I'm calling to find out if, like every good American patriot, you voted for me. Otherwise, I'll have to impose a tariff on the Vatican. Big tariff truck.
Did you see that? He said something like, look, congratulations on becoming the new Pope. Help me out somehow, say something good about my administration, otherwise I'll tax the Vatican, make up a new tax. So, I mean, it's a situation that actually happened in real life, right? You know, which was the appointment of the Pope. And then Donald Trump called him and so on. And the rest is all just a matter of humor. Do you guys find it interesting to have this humorous approach on the channel? It doesn't have to be exactly in this drawing style or this realistic style, right? It could be, but the point is for it to be funny, right? Taking a news story and turning it into a kind of sketch, a sort of cartoon, you know? What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. I want to know. Just a reminder, this channel is Andre Guedes, all right? Always subscribe to the channel I'm showing, of course, but I want to hear from you. Okay, guys? Just a reminder that ELEVENLABS and HEYGEN, which are the ones I use the most, the links are here in the description. They're the sponsors of this video, and you guys really help me out by sending super chats. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe and join in, right? Leave your comments, of course. The next category is about franchises, right? The issue of franchises, right? Which kind of takes a bit from realism, right? But it's an animated franchise that you bring into realism, right? Which in this case would be, for example, like the Shrek one, right? But here we have Invincible. Let's watch it here. Life was simple once. A normal son with normal problems. Yeah, school is good. I have a mother who loves me, a father I looked up to. I used to look up at the sky and hope. What's happening here? Which is interesting and something I've already brought up on the channel. Here, the focus is more on the story of turning the Invincible franchise into a realistic live-action adaptation rather than just having real actors. So that's the difference. If you look here on the channel, for example, I did this with Thundercats, for instance. Check this out. This Pantro turned out awesome, didn't it, guys? But anyway, they're not real actors. They're real, right? The style is realistic, but they're not real actors, right? Of course, I've also done the realistic style here on the channel, right? So if you search for Thundercats here, for example, I've also done it with real actors, right? So if you look here, for example, look.
This is the mystic sword of omens and the source of our powers, the Eye of Thunder.
I invite you all to watch it later, okay? Thundercats is really popular here on the channel. So the style I wanted to show here with Invincible is something realistic, but it doesn't necessarily have to be real actors, right? In fact, I also did another one here for Metal Gear Solid, right? That video game here would be another style. But look, here, I told the story with the beginning, middle, and end. So it wasn't a trailer, it's just that they're real actors, but they're not actually real, right? Just a reminder, I used 11Labs, HEYGEN mainly, but always either Sora or Hylumini Max as well. But look how interesting this is. Check it out. Let's take a little snippet from the middle here so you can see the realism. Realism from a famous franchise, but we're not necessarily tied to real actors. What do you guys think? So, do you like this style? And another thing, leave a comment below with 2 franchises you'd like to see. Like, I want a realistic Mario Bros, for example. Or, I want Zelda, for example. By the way, I've already done Zelda here on the channel, but Zelda with real actors, now, I've never done it without real actors telling a story. I did it in a trailer format. So comment below 2 videos from 2 franchises in this style that you want. Always include the style and the franchise. Like, I'd like a realistic Mario Bros. Oh, I would like a realistic Mario Kart. Anyway, right? Let's move on to the next one. Wonderful. Here, it's about animation. So taking a realistic movie, a famous franchise, and turning it into animation. Let's take a look at Back to the Future, see how it turned out. By the way, it's one of my favorite movies. If you don't like Back to the Future, just leave the video, leave the live stream, because you don't exist. Anyway. Here, clearly, he did it in the Ghibli style, which became famous after OpenAI made it available to everyone. OpenAI from ChatGPT. Look, he's telling the story of Back to the Future 1, right? I just don't get why the DeLorean is a cat, you know? Oh, it's because Studio Ghibli has a famous cat, right? By the way, Google released A3, which I made. There's a video about it on my artificial intelligence channel, which is about Google's video generator. Now it generates with sound and with lip sync, right? Which would solve this problem here, right? Of him just opening his mouth without saying anything, you know? Like this, look, now you can just say, I want him to say, oh, he died, I'm gonna go back in time to fix it, something like that. What do you guys think? Do people like this style here? Where I tell the story of a franchise, of a real movie, but turn it into a cartoon. I've already done it here if you check out my channel on iCinema. Let's take a look here. This one, for example, I did The Simpsons. And I also generated the music on Suno, right? This little song, the style from GTA. And here is the first trailer, right? If you've watched it, by the way, leave a comment below. Are you going to buy GTA 6, which is going to be at least $100, right? So GTA style. I think I also did one in this style for Knights of the Zodiac, which is one of my favorite franchises. I also did one for the Terminator. Go check it out later. Look how cool this is. Terminator, look, arriving. There. So here, as you can see, is done in the Ghibli style, which is renowned for its unique, whimsical, and beautifully detailed animation that captures the imagination of audiences worldwide. Ghibli style, but it's actually inspired by a well-known, beloved, and highly influential, famous franchise that has left a significant mark on popular culture. Now let's take this one, for example. I did it in another manga style. I did Knights of the Zodiac. Look how cool this is. Actually, this one here, if you guys ask me, I want to do it again because I've already learned some new tricks. And I want to make it realistic. Ask for Knights of the Zodiac, realistic version. A song in any language, whether it's Japanese, Portuguese, English, or any other, this song truly is the song, right?
Arrepiado, arrepiado.
I only let the 5 of them show up here, right? So there won't be any fights, right? The 5 Bronze Saints showed up here. Anyway, there's more trailer. Go watch it because it's really worth it. But what about you? Do you think it's interesting to take an existing franchise and turn it into animation? Then leave your thoughts in the comments. The style, which is this one, right? Franchise for animation. And which one would you like to see, right? Here I showed Saint Seiya and I showed Back to the Future. Which franchise would you like? Comment down below. Just a reminder, everyone, just a reminder. Super chat, okay? Super chat to support the channel. Click there, donate whatever you want. $1, $5, $10, whatever you like so we can make more videos for you. Okay? Great, this one I find funny. What is it basically? I brought here 2 examples, but it's kind of like this. It's the behind the scenes of artificial intelligence. For me to get to videos like these here, wow, the AI, what does it do? It shows up with like 3 arms, 2 heads, 8 fingers, you name it, one person going through another, so artificial intelligence hallucinates a lot. And then what happens? I found this channel really creative. What did they do? They make trailers like this, trailers ruined by artificial intelligence, trailer ruined by artificial intelligence. So, look how interesting. Let's check it out. Look, they take a piece of the original trailer and then add a funny situation. Look, that's exactly what happens while I'm making these videos. But what do? I delete it, right? It's that simple.
Just go get me my checks. See you, Brian.
What happens? He takes a part of the original trailer and then he goes off on a wild tangent and then, of course here I think he went a bit overboard, right? Today I'm going to show you my tests on the Superman trailer. Look, the woman doesn't do that, and you can see that the shirt goes through her face, right? Look, that doesn't happen. And the alter sum, let me show you the test I'm doing here, right? Again, here on my computer. If I go in here, let's see, here, monetization, YouTube, then movies, here, look, Superman, trailer damage. Check out some that I did here. Do you want to watch the Superman trailer? That last one where Lois interviews Clark, right? Take a look. Look, here she is, look, eating the pen. Of course, I need to edit it, put in the real scene, and then, right? But look how interesting this is. Look, eating a hamburger. And here too, I think the other one, she's eating a hamburger here, but now it's a zoom in on her chewing, look. And here's Clark, look at that, drinking a beer, Superman. The question is, does Superman get drunk or not? Normally he doesn't, right? Because his metabolism is fast, right? Anyway, what do you guys think? I grabbed another one here from Minecraft. Look at this, let's go.
Little wimp like Big Steve here. I crave heat. I crave pain. That chicken was just cooked in hot lava. Let it cool down, man. Not bad.
In other words, I can take trailers and mess them up, so to speak. And here, I think he did one from Star Wars. It turned out really funny. Let me see here. Later, subscribe to his channel. Look, I'm going to put Star Wars here. He did one here, didn't he? Oh, so I thought he had done it. I saw a Star Wars one that was really funny. But anyway, what do you guys think of this style of ruining trailers? Do you find it interesting or not? Let's check it out. Let's take a look here at another one from a famous franchise so you can see. Look, the Sonic one. Let's watch one here. Check out this famous one from Squid Games. Let's see what he did. Netflix trailer. Yeah, here he's behaving himself, right? Let's see. Isn't anything gonna blow up? Yeah, I didn't see what he ruined here. I think he didn't use the ruining thing. Didn't use ruin. Ah, here, look. Jim Carrey from Star Wars. Look, I think it's this one. Look. Here's where he came in. He mixed it up. Look, he put Dumb and Do. He took a scene from the Star Wars prequel franchise, right? Which is episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Clouded this boy's future is.
Damn, that turned out really good. Really good. Congratulations, it turned out amazing. Hey guys, so go ahead and add it to your list, the category. Oh, I wanted a realistic musical. Then you can put it here. Oh, I wanted a musical with characters. I wanted one with He-Man and the Ninja Turtles, for example. Oh no, I want a realistic fan cast, right? So I want a realistic one with real actors. Then you put, I want one of Shrek. I want one of Captain Planet anyway. Oh no, I want one that's more comedic, funnier. Just a reminder, I invite you all to watch the latest videos on the channel, the Jacksons, Castlevania, Simpsons, X-Men, and here the Avengers. So these two layers here, look, these two lines here, inviting you to check out Nerd Insider. I'm only 60 subscribers away from being able to monetize. Also remember that Super Chat helps a lot, and after the video is no longer live, the thanks a lot button helps a ton too, okay? It really helps the channel grow, and then instead of maybe bringing you 2 videos a week, I can bring you 3, all right? So that will help a lot. And of course, if you like this style of live stream, since it's the first one, let me know. I like the live right there. I like the live, keep it up. I love the live stream. Type, I like the live. I like the live, keep it up. All right, everyone? So Rodrigo Barros here. Thank you so much for subscribing. We're gonna reach 30,000 subscribers very soon. Thank you so much for enjoying my channel, and I want you all to participate even more actively from now on, all right? That's it. I'll see you in the next live stream and in the comments. See you soon.